Folding the flexible elbow with locks and stops. Note, for information about locks and stops, see the video of folding the locking elbow. This shows a diagram of the flexible elbow with locks and stops. The areas in yellow are not visible after the fold is completed and form the locks and stops of the model. The area that is shaded is green and may or may not be visible in the final fold depending on the use of the fold. If the angles of the final fold is greater than 90 degrees, or the elbow is used in a model in which the angle changes, then this area will generally be visible. This is a sunk fold that is folded on both sides of the elbow. This copy of the diagram may be best used for creating the model. Red lines are valley folds and blue lines are mountain folds. You should score and/or pre-crease all lines before making the final folds. This is how you fold the flexible elbow. First, you pre-crease all the lines. The next step is to pre-crease all the lines. Let's fold all the horizontal and vertical lines first. And I'm going to have you fold and unfold all these lines. So let's do mountain folds going all the way across in this direction. Initially you're going to fold the center line going all the way across also. Later on we will actually reverse that fold. Then I find it easier to move the paper around and get the remaining folds, remaining vertical and horizontal folds. Let's not forget these two little lines that are right here and right here. And to do that, I just fold it over and pinch it where that line is. Turn it around and pinch it where that line is. Now to get these diagonal lines, it's a little bit easier if you fold the paper in half and then fold the lines forward and then backward. Valley fold, mountain fold, both ways. Valley fold, mountain fold, both ways. Don't forget the little red lines. Forward, backward, both ways. Forward, backwards, both ways. Now I've created all the folds that I need to create the model. Let's begin by folding the outside lines here and here. We have one valley fold on this side and a mountain fold on this side. So I'm going to valley fold this, folding the outside edge on top. Then I'm going to mountain fold this, folding the outside edge underneath.
I then fold the two top and bottom mountain folds. Now I bring the model into a three-dimensional square, folding, 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 and bringing the edges together. And there you'll see it forms a square. You want to make sure, to finish off your square, that you nest the ends. You insert one end first, go to the other end, and you might need to bend the little paper a little bit to get it in there. Bend the paper a little bit, work its way down all the way, and then if you need to, smooth it out on the inside. The final step is to create this sunk fold. Now this is why it's so important to pre-crease that, because at this point it's very difficult to make this fold unless these are pre-creased. You're going to push in on the center. You're going to pinch a little bit like this. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Push in the center and pinch a little bit like this, up to that valley fold. Bring that up to that valley fold. And stick your fingers inside and try to keep this mountain fold rigid so you can sink the fold inside. You may have to do the same thing on the other side. Put your fingers inside to hold the mountain fold in position, and you see how it forms the elbow. And this completes your fold. Now you can insert sticks in the end, here and here, or beams, and you have a little edge that will hold the beam in place. The nice thing about this fold, can be used as a 90-degree fold, or anything in between if you'd like that, if you'd like a little bit larger angle. So you can use it for 90 degrees or larger. You can also use it for a flexible fold, so maybe you have a moving model so that this part can move when you're using the model. And that's how you fold the flexible elbow. To create a flexible elbow of smaller dimensions, in other words, you have less than 90 degrees, maybe you want a 60-degree angle, you would have to increase this triangle area so it would be out further. So you might increase it to go out to here and here. And that's approximately what you need to create a 60-degree angle. But you can create any angle you wish, up to about slightly less than, probably less than 10 degrees, or a little bit more than 10 degrees is about your limits on this. It does take up more and more paper to create the bend as you go. So making a very small angle is not real practical. Again, let's take a look at this part of the diagram. Remember that this is the sunk area on these two folds, and that's on either side of the elbow. These lines on the outside are your locks and stops. The locks help hold this paper together, and the stops allow you to insert beams inside and have the beams stick to the edges.